Struggling to create content that feels just right, you're not alone. So sometimes, despite my best efforts, I create content that it just doesn't quite hit the mark. And you know that feeling of like in your gut, you know that it's not quite there, but your business is needing it to be launched out into the world. The deadline is there. Your team needs you to move on to have this thing to keep going forward in the business. And here's the thing, I've learned that the real growth happens when we stop fighting the need for it to be perfect, that need for like that gut feel to be like, yes, this is it, and we just launch anyway. So recently, in order to navigate this angst, because we're trying to launch something out into the world and I know in my gut it is not quite right, but we need to get it out there. And so I have taken up a practice of pulling up the Calm app and just doing the daily Calm. And there was a really beautiful quote at the end of today's by Eckhart Tolle. And it said, "What a liberation to realize that the voice in my head is not who I am. Who am I then? The one who sees that." And I think what he means by this is that I am not my content. My worth isn't tied to this perfect execution in my mind or to have everything all thought through before I launch. And the best thing that I can do for my business and most importantly for my creativity is to release the pressure and just launch the first version and let the process teach us what's next. And that is wildly uncomfortable, but it is what is called for in business. And I think, especially as a geek, someone who's a deep expert, you have the capacity to refine and to perfect and to launch something that's a little bit more polished. And this is just a reminder for all of you out there who might be experiencing that. And it's not about getting it perfect. It's more about just learning and adapting and improving as you go, because the launch muscle is as important, if not more important, as the refining and perfection muscle. So I'm curious for all of those who are watching this. I would love to learn about one thing that you've launched, even when it wasn't perfect, and what you learned from that experience. So share your story in the comments below, and let's just start celebrating the courage to launch it and learn. And what goes into that, despite your deep knowing that it could be better. All right, can't wait to hear your stories.